Hapram Studio, a tech startup founded by five students of IIIT Vadodara, recently got funded by Anand Mahindra. And if you haven't already heard about this tech startup, today we will be talking to Shubhendra Vikram, co-founder Hapram Studio, to get to know a little more about this extraordinary team. Hi Shubhendra, thank you so much for joining us today. We are pleased to have you here with us. How are you doing?
Hi, Alina. First of all, thanks a lot for having me here on your show. I've seen some of your videos, and I think uh, it has been really insightful watching you talk to other founders and other people as well. So I'm doing good. Yeah. What about you? How are things at your end?
I'm good too. We are all working from home, and I think this is
Yeah.
going to happen for a couple of months more before we finally get back on track.
Yeah.
Okay, Shubhendra, first of all, let's get to know Hapram Studio a little better. Tell us something about Hapram Studio and what has this startup done to get funded by Anand Mahindra?
At Happening Studio, we build tech products for the creators community on the internet, right? So we build our products with two major focus areas. One is to enable earning, and second is fair treatment of data out there. So that is what our core proposition is. Our first product is called OneRamp that we built just while in college in 2018. It is built on a blockchain, public blockchain. It's called Steam, which is our product is the first fully functional product from India that works on a blockchain protocol. That's OneRamp, and it enables creators across the world to do instant content monetization. Currently, we are working majorly on one of the products. It's called Go Social, right? In Go Social, what happens is that we collaborate with creators in photography, art, writing, design. So the top creators in India, and they set up something known as an idea room on the application, where other people like their followers or anyone in the app who wants to explore an idea can come there and can participate in that. They get feedback, they get a community, and the creators can actually monetize this audience going forward. So this is something that we have been working on right now.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful, absolutely wonderful, and it's very unique that you're the idea that you're working on.
Yeah.
Now, Shubhendra, the Hapram Studio, when it was started by
Mm.
five co-founders,
Yeah.
and you guys were still in college when it started.
Mm.
So, where did this idea evolve, and how did this develop over time?
It's like I'll just give a brief introduction. Like my co-founders and I, we are all classmates, computer science from IIIT Vadodara, right? So my team used to work together. Like our learning has also happened together. Like from first year itself, we used to work. My entire team used to work together, learn different technologies. So when my teammates, when they were in first year, right? So at that point of time, we used to live in a hostel, which was a little bit far away from the college. So the internet was very bad. This was pre-Geo era, right? So at that point of time, they kind of conceptualized a product which is called Any Audio. So Any Audio could stream any video on the internet in form of audio at very, very low bandwidth. So this was in first year only, and this product kind of became something that everyone in the college started using in gym or anywhere else. So I think from there, that inclination started towards building something, because when you are in first year in college, right, uh, you recently passed out your JE examinations or whatever, and at that point of time, you build something that actually gets public validation and people actually end up using it. It's kind of it's kind of a very big deal, right? You do not think about startup or anything. You just feel good about when people are using it in their hands. So I think from there it started. So that gave us my team a motivation. From there, we started building different products. I think uh, throughout the college journey, we built around 15 different products, small things that people started using here and there. So that actually brought us into a groove going forward. And then somewhere around our third year, we got introduced to this blockchain ecosystem entirely. And then there was a blockchain community, as I mentioned, it's called Steam. And Steam at that point of time was in the top five cryptocurrencies in the world after Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So it used to be in the top five. And we started contributing on that particular protocol. So there were people from US, people from China, South Korea. Suddenly they realized that there is a team from India which is actually making a lot of contributions. from there, it actually started. We thought that we can contribute more and build a real product on this protocol. And at that point of time, we got support from our incubator, which is Huddle. We got incubated at NASCOM as well. So a bunch of things happened, and then all my teammates, they got placements also. The best packages that was offered in 2018 in college. But since things were adding up here and a lot of people wanted us to work on this, so finally we had to leave the job offers and then uh, got out of college and started the startup formally. So that is how our journey has been.
It's been amazing, and it's a lot more amazing to hear about the one any audio thing that you just mentioned. It's really amazing. I think I would like to definitely go on to that app and see how that works. If it still is there on Play Store, is it?
So that is also an interesting story because any audio used to use a library. It's called YouTube DL, right? And that library is actually illegal to use. You cannot use that. But since college students, we started using that library and it worked out. But I think last year what happened was that somebody actually used our product and assembled into something else, and it actually went into top 5 like rated app in that day, and it suddenly got 100,000 users in a day. So at that point of time, we had to shut it down because you can run a pirated product when not much people are using it. So we had to kind of call it off. So that is how any audio saw its last day, went on the top of the charts, and then we had to stop it.
But Hapram Studio is all here, and we know that it's being funded by Anand Mahindra.
Yeah.
I think this is why it got shut, because you guys are meant for bigger things in life.
Yeah. So any audio, like that product was always like for my teammates, all the teammates that I have, it was always very close product for them. And all the learning that happened, learning Android or learning other technologies, full stack and everything, it actually happened while they were making that. There was no expectation whatsoever. कि कभी भी इससे हमको कुछ करना है. It was only for the learning part and people using it. So it was just a bunch of college students made a product that worked. So we had to anyway shut it down. हमको पता था कि this is not ethical, you cannot use it. But when you're in college, you're a student, so you take some liberties for the learning process. I think that is the purpose. YouTube has also left it. Like people can actually use it, but you cannot commercialize it. That's the thing. So before it takes off, so at some point you have to close it down. Yeah.
Definitely.
So
There are always limitations to how far you can go. But again, I think that's a very important point that you mentioned, that knowledge never goes waste. And this is why you guys created the first product, so that you can, move on to bigger things. And here we are with Hapram Studio.
Yeah.
So, Shubhendra, one more thing here, and that is engineering students would have, heard your story on loop to get to know more about you, more about Hapram Studio, and more about how it got funded by Anand Mahindra. So tell us something more about that part of the story. What initially happened and what led to this seed funding?
So that in itself is a very interesting story, that how this investment kind of happened. It was not that we just went to his office and said we want investment. So it was actually like you guys might have heard in 2018 there was a big news that came out, the Cambridge Analytica news, which actually took the entire world by surprise, and leaders across the world were very vocal about it. People were very upset about it. In India, Mr. Anand Mahindra, he was one of the most iconic people in India who was very vocal about it. He went ahead and tweeted that he wants to invest in an Indian startup which actually values data, basically. So when he made that tweet, when it was put out, that tweet actually became viral, right? So a lot of people actually like there was no news or media organization that did not pick up that tweet. It was even retweeted by Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, who was the minister at that point of time. So we thought that this thing is getting viral. We are working on something like this. We were at that point of time, we were very engrossed in the STEAM community. So we thought that let's take a shot. We never know. Let's apply to this particular program. So that is how it happened. We applied to it. I think for the next 3 months, there was no communication. We also had no expectations. And then we got a call that you have been shortlisted in the second round. So then we went ahead, and after that there were a series of like rounds that usually happen. So we met the Tech Mahindra team. They had flown into Delhi from Mumbai, and then we met some of the senior people in Anand Mahindra's team, and finally we got a chance to have that final D-Day presentation in front of him, which was eventually cancelled a couple of times, but finally we got the chance. We pitched to him, and after that, like one fine day, when we were still in the Naxcom incubator, the news broke out from our executive advisor, Mr. Jaspreet Bindra, that Mr. Anand Mahindra and his team want to invest in you guys. So that is how it happened.
Okay, excellent. That's again a very heartwarming story that is, and I think that this is what has all your efforts finally paved their way to this final day where you were in front of Anand Mahindra presenting your idea to him, and here you are today with your idea. You mentioned about Cambridge Analytica, the thing that was happening back in 2018 and how it spread like wildfire. In recent times, if you would have seen the news, we have another conspiracy going on over Facebook and the hate speeches that are being spread on Facebook.
Yeah.
At that point of time, Anand Mahindra launched a campaign, and here you are today getting funded because of that. Do you think that this Facebook controversy that's going on right now is going to inspire a million more innovations, and something better is going to come up in the coming years?
Let's see, Alina, like I'll just give you a perspective, insider perspective on this, right? So whenever something like this happens, like something like a Cambridge Analytica, or right now you're mentioning that there is a controversy around hate speech and all of that. So whenever something like this happens, it actually creates like repercussions in the entire ecosystem. Like everyone can feel that, right? So some people want to get engaged in that they want to write that code and kind of build something around that. But one of the things that I think we all need to realize is that like building a company or a startup does not work like that. Like innovations actually do not create anything worthful. Innovations create companies in the long run, and companies or people or product, they actually create the difference in the society. So anyone can innovate at their end, but if that innovation is not actually taken forward, it will not go forward and change the society. So that is what change the society or create a difference in anybody's life, right? And all these things takes time, right? So a lot of people who actually get a lot of people who actually want to ride the boat at that moment of time, as they go forward, like people start leaving that particular thing because it's not in the trend anymore. So that is how the companies that actually survive, who are very like strict to their vision, they want to create a difference, they only go forward, right? So I think when you look forward, like definitely whatever is happening, it will go forward and create something, but it will take time. We all need to realize that that is how companies are built. Like if we talk about please excuse me for diverting from topic, because I think I can use this stage to bring something to attention right now, right? So we have been talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat right now, right? So I think it's a good concept, but we need to realize that it's not a 6 months or 1 year or a 2 year concept. It's a 15 years to 20 years concept, right? If you want to replace an application like TikTok with anything else, you need to realize that apps are not only like you click a button and something opens in front of you. There is a big technology infrastructure that's actually supporting it. There are privacy concerns with TikTok, but you need to realize that the technology, the video serving mechanism that they have created, it's beautiful, right? And no other app can do it in 6 months. They have to give that time. If you really need to have that innovation, you want to create that effect, you need to give time, because it takes a lot of time to have impact of the innovations on real life or on people. So this is something I think with this particular question, we can convey to people that you need to realize, if you want to take that route, agar aapko lagta hai ki free speech or hate speech is creating a problem, right? So you should also feel that when everyone is comfortable with hate speech, you should feel that problem even then, right? So then only you'll be able to survive in the long term. Then you will create a difference overnight. Like overnight success always is backed by years of hard work. So that is how I think I wanted to use this opportunity to bring it to attention. Sorry for diverting from the original question, but yeah, I think that's what it is.
That is some really great insight that you've mentioned, Vikram. And I think this point that you've mentioned of Atmanirbhar Bharat with the example of TikTok, it's very unique. And I completely agree with your point that it takes a lot of time for a startup to actually build a product that is widely accepted by an audience. It takes a lot of time to build that interface. I completely agree with that point.
Yeah. So just that I wanted to mention is that so that everyone realizes that suddenly things will not change over time. If you really want, like, it is a good concept. I agree. Like, we all need to be Atmanirbhar, right? But we need to realize that it's not an overnight concept. आप आज से वो चीज नहीं change कर सकते. If you're in for it, go in completely into that concept. Go all in into that for 10 years, and then you'll start seeing the result like China did. China has got a lot of problems, but they are actually Atmanirbhar. And it happened because their leaders and the entire ecosystem that they have, they actually went all into that. And I think we can also do that. We can do much better than China, but that intent needs to be there out there.
Absolutely.
That
I
is what
think
I
we
feel.
have better creators here. We have better
Yeah,
people. We have better engineers and
yeah,
doctors as well. So for that matter, I think we are all prepared with the tools and everything. We just need to
mm,
dive deep into it. So Bendra, let's talk about data security. We know that
mm,
your venture, Hapram Studio, also focuses a lot on data security.
yeah.
And this is what I think made Anand Mahindra believe in your idea. What do you think was special about your venture, Haptam Studio, that made him believe that your idea is special and is different from all the others?
So again, Alina, there are two perspectives to this particular question, right? So one of the perspectives is that like we were already working on the Steam community at that point of time. And as I told you, we have built the first fully functional product on a blockchain from India, which works functional, which is not only an ICO website, right? And people can actually do something on it. They can earn cryptocurrency or whatever. And we went actually very deep into the technology parts and things like that. So when you actually have worked on something and when you go forward and show it to people, if you're good at showing to people, so then they realize that okay, this is something worth trying. This is something that can actually create a difference. So from that technology perspective, I think we were covered. But I think one more perspective that's very important for an early stage team, right, is that the person who is investing in you, the person who is your prospective investor, has to trust the team, right? They have to have that confidence in you that these people will go forward and execute this plan. They have got that fire inside them, right? So I think that is a very important thing, and it all boils down to that at an early stage venture because the things that you're creating is all in smoke and mirrors and everything. It's like an imaginary castle of glass, and your investor comes there and he or she believes in that imaginary thing that you have created. So I think that's very important. I think we were able to give that intent that we are all in for this vision or for this idea for creating something, and I'm glad we were able to convey that. So the human part and the technology part both played a role to finally convince him and enable him to take that decision to kind of back the startup. That is what I feel.
Absolutely, and this is what Hapram Studio has brought to light today, and it's there in news. Everybody is listening to you. Everybody is going to know your story, and I think it's going to inspire a lot many engineers and a lot many young entrepreneurs out there who would listen to you for inspiration and motivation. Here, a quick question arrives here, Vikram. Do you think entrepreneurship is inbuilt? Is a person born an entrepreneur, or is it created or curated over time?
It's obviously created and curated over time. Like it's all about the mindset, Alina, right? So that is what my opinion is. So again, if I have to give you an example, so I'll use the cricketers analogy, right? I always tend to use that. So you will hear all the top cricketers, like they're always talking about the mindset. You all the time people will talk about the mindset that when you're on the field, you have to this have this mindset. You have to play those games with the bowler, the mind games that you have, and you have to be like ready for the uncertainties that is there. So this is one trait, like to all the people who are listening there. I don't know again if it applies to very experienced people or not, but if you are a young blood, right? If you're a young founder or a young entrepreneur, one of the things that you will need to cultivate is being very uh, comfortable with uncertainties. You won't be comfortable with uncertainties, but you have to deal with them because so many uncertain things are going to be there. Every day it will be there for you. So I think nobody is born with that mindset. When you're raised in a very comfortable environment, everyone is there to take care of all the uncertainties for you. So suddenly now you are standing at a juncture where every new day will bring in new challenges. So I think this can only be cultivated as you go forward. Nobody, I think, is born with that. You're born with a passion, like you convert your passion where you like chase that uncertainty and then bring something worthwhile out of it.
Absolutely. I think the point that you mentioned about uncertainty and getting accustomed to that, it's very important because this is
Yeah,
what makes an entrepreneur a good entrepreneur, and this is what helps them in the long run after all.
yeah, exactly.
Shubhendra, your team comprises of young individuals right now at this point in
Yeah.
time, and you are looking at bringing about a major revolution in terms of technology. Where is this team headed in terms of innovation in the near future?
So, Alina, I think again, coming back to my point, we are right now like going forward as we build our company. Our focus is always on the basics of it, right? So you actually do not like people don't create anything innovative or change the society. You create a company, and that you create a company, you create processes, you create systems, and that company, if it's good enough, it will go forward and change and bring about that innovation, right? So for us, the focus is always on the basics to make our processes very good, to make a strategy is very good. So we focus a lot on our strategy part. So for example, right now uh, we have got a total of 18 strategies meetings scheduled in the next 12 days, right? Which is uh, where we have a lot of like discussions in a specific format, and in between we do design sprints, right? So I think our focus is always on the process that is going uh, that will actually go and create that particular innovation in in the long run. And apart from that, in terms of uh, like the milestones that we have to reach, I think we are planning to reach 1 million users in 1 year, and then we are planning to go global in once we reach that particular milestone. So these are the goals that we have, and apart from that, we focus a lot on the processes, because once that is clear, you make the company a lot faster. People know what they have to do. People will understand everything that they need to do, and once that happens, you see a rapid change that actually kind of happens inside your venture or anywhere else for that matter.
Definitely, definitely. And I hope with a determination like yours, Hapram Studio is going to achieve heights in the coming future. Coming on to another question, Shubhendra. The point is that do you think that there is ever a good time of starting a venture of your own? And especially keeping the current situation in mind, do you think that young entrepreneurs who are looking at starting their own venture, should they start their own venture right now in these testing times, or should they wait for a particular time or maybe then dive into it?
So I feel that like every time is the right time to start a venture, right? You just need to know that which is the right venture, which is the right product that you need to build in that particular time. For example, like a lot of big companies have started during the Great Depression time. A lot of big companies have started during the recessions that happened and the dot-com bubble that happened. So whenever something like this happens, right? So a lot of new opportunities are getting created, because in a monotonous world, everyone knows कि अच्छा ये चल रहा है, अच्छा ये trend अभी चालू हुआ है, इस trend में लोग जा रहे हैं. So everyone kind of knows that अच्छा ये चलता है and ये नहीं चलता है. But when you have a pandemic like this, when the systems fail, right? There is a failure of a lot of systems out there. So new opportunities and uh, new opportunities are actually created in the market, right? So if you're watchful for it, I think there cannot be a better time to start up in such an ecosystem, because if you're able to realize कि अच्छा ये चीज चल सकता है, this trend can actually happen. So there are ventures around gaming that will really make a big change going forward. There are ventures in online education, online learning, K-12. So I think these are the industries, if you're able to really uh, be innovate something in these industries, able to realize what can happen, can do a couple of successful experiments to see that where you can go forward. I think it's a very good time to start up right now.
That is a very great insight, Subhendra. Thank you for sharing that. This brings me to the last question of this session, and that is that what advice would you like to give to young entrepreneurs who are already a year or two down their business right now and are confused as to what should they do specifically in these testing times, how should they move forward, and they find themselves in a fix. And the second part of this will be that what advice would you like to give to entrepreneurs who are looking at starting their own venture in these testing times?
So coming to the first part of the question, like people who are already there, right? So one of the things that people always keep saying is a word that you'll always hear is persistence, right? And it's easier said than done, right? Because when you don't see a lot of things, आपको दिखता नहीं है फ्यूचर में जाकर के, ठीक है कि these things, these dots will actually connect and things will start working for you. So I think you need to, if you're looking at your venture very seriously, I think you need to look into that direction. The second thing that's very important is that you have a very critical mindset about your product. Like you do not, you should not become, like this is the right thing that is there. This is what I want to put in front of the customer. You need to have that insight every day. Probably, if not every day, you need to always have that insight that what people actually want, right? Because that is how you go forward to build a product. I'll just give a very, very short example here. Like the founders of Musically, which was later acquired by TikTok, so they had this mindset we will create a product in which you can have learning in a very short span of time. You can create learning videos. So their entire mindset was around creating learning videos. But they realized that nobody can learn in 3 seconds, right? Nobody can learn in 10, 15 seconds. And suddenly they realized, but people can have fun in that particular amount of time. They had seen no growth in 6 months after the launch. It was just around 20, 25,000 users. Once they realized that, it really took off. अगर वो नहीं realize होता, अगर वो persistent नहीं होते, they would have thought कि अच्छा नहीं चल रहा है ये, and they would have shut it down. So this change would have been, और अगर वो customer के insights नहीं लेते, if they wouldn't have taken that. So this is a very classic example of persistence and actually knowing that what is actually going to work, what are the right points to pivot. So I think this is the mindset that you need to have as a founder. One of the things again that you need to realize is that like fear of failure is there with everyone, right? So you always have that fear of failure, but always understand that if you're going with a lot of determination and real hard work, I'm not talking about just talking about hard work, like real going with that zeal and passion. So do not worry about failure, right? Because ultimately, even if that happens, because some things are not inevitable, right? Even if that happens, you would have created a lot for you. If you're young, 2-3 साल में आप इतना ज़्यादा personal growth देखोगे अपने अंदर, you'll see a lot of things. So that in itself is a very big reward, and it will make you employable for life. It gives you insights to actually go forward and do certain things. So as a career path also, I would say कि like it makes a lot of sense to keep trying at something and have a very like radical try to it, like be very critical about things that are happening, see from different lenses, understand the customer perspective. So all these things will kind of take you forward, right? So this is the first part of my answer. This will also apply to people who want to start up their venture. For people who want to start the venture, I think the first thing that you need to kind of figure it out कि किस चीज पे मुझे काम करना चाहिए, right? Which is an idea which is worth actually working on, which is worth talking about to people or whatever. So I think that is the most important step, because what happens, what I have realized, you know what, is that once you get something worthwhile, अगर आपको कुछ दिख जाता है ना यार यहाँ पे कुछ किया जा सकता है, something can be done in this particular area, then automatically you get excited about it, and in that excitement you kind of get into that zone जो आपको startup के path पे लेके जाता है. So I would suggest कि you need to find that spark, right? कि this is something that can actually work, and explore. I would suggest कि you go to the YC का website, ठीक है? And in YC's website you'll see all the startup that has been taken up by YC this year, right? Go and visit all of their landing pages, see what they're actually working on. So you'll realize what kind of companies that are getting attention from people. Because once somebody has got a YC validation, right? Somebody who has got funded, so obviously somebody has got validated their idea. So I think for ideation purpose, this is a right spot which you can kind of use, because this year, I think in this year's batch, the remote batch का YC का, a lot of Indian companies are there, right? I think more than any time before. I may be wrong with the stats, but there are a good amount of companies. So just go there, see what they are building. You get a sense कि क्या चीज चलने वाला, and they're very small ideas that are there. You don't need to always start with a very big idea and that is how it will work. Very small ideas also kind of take like uh, take gets that momentum as we go forward. So I would suggest कि spend time on the ideation part, right? And once you spend time, and अगर आपको लगेगा ना कि ये worthwhile है, you will figure everything out कि अब क्या करना है, मुझे incubation देना है कहीं से, मुझे क्या करना है, team build करना है. So that will all come after that. All of these things are really are challenging part to do, but I would suggest कि पहले ना आप just get clarity on what you want to build. So that will give a very good perspective.
Absolutely. These are some really, really great insights that you have mentioned, Vikram. And I think that this is going to help the students who are looking up to you for inspiration and motivation to analyze what they should be looking at in these testing times to finally build up and come up with one idea that is going to shape their lives for the near future. Thank you so much, Vikram. It was a pleasure talking to you. It was really nice talking to you, connecting with you, and knowing the wonderful story of Hapram Studio and its team. We wish you the best for all your future endeavors, and we hope that Hapram Studio achieves a lot more heights and a lot more achievements in the near future.
Thanks a lot, Alina. Thanks a lot for having me on the show. It was wonderful interacting with you. Thank you.